drinking too, so I'm allowed to speak, right?
Yeah. Again, no one's telling you to not speak, but
Yeah.
no one
And
said your
like
name for a messy drawer.
I have three of
They
the
can't see us.
drawers and the duffel bag and stuff like that. Like, I literally walked in the door and I was freaking out because I lost my passport. And I was like starting to look for it. And like I was planning on like even double scrubbing myself. And then I fucked up the whole room and then walked out to do dinner.
So you left Milo's drawer in there unattended for six
No,
months?
that has nothing to do with me. But a lot of the mess was mine.
Uh-huh.
So like I don't know if like they get words for that. But, yeah, but, I'm not the double scrub though. Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, double scrub. Not like we ain't did that every Sunday, you know?
Hello?
That's cool. Well, we're not double scrubbing today. Oh, Adina's got her hand up. Hold on, let me turn up the volume. One sec. Hit it.
Any snacks that were in the closet, the drinks and the snacks, I was supposed to bring those with me on travel. So I was hoping nobody saw those. And then the messy drawers, I had washed like literally all my clothes. And then I didn't have time to put them away. So I packed what I was going to take. And then I threw my clothes in the empty drawers.
Cool.
So
So
this was
all
like
the
probably
bedroom.
all mine.
Who's on bedroom one this week? Who was on
Well,
bedroom?
I was on bed. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not, that's the guy's room.
All good. Who was on bedroom one last week? Okay. Who's on bedroom two week? Who was on bedroom two last week? Great. Who's on girls' bedroom this week?
The girls, everything upstairs for the girls is me.
Who's on village store this week? Dope. Dub C's. And all the people who we just talked to about being on the bedroom chores. Did any of you strike any of those things in the last 9 days? Who lives in bedroom one, two, the villa, or the girls' room? Raise your hand. Yeah. Did any of you strike any of the things we just talked about?
No,
Fuck.
I didn't strike it, but I did talk to the kids about the drawers and getting the labels made.
Cool. Overall, we can just do better as a group. Everybody can. Okay? Like a lot of it was tiny stuff. A lot of it is stuff you probably see every day and just don't think anything of. But all these tiny things add up. We know this. Just strike it. Call it a day. Don't think anything of it. Strikes are not that big of a deal. Strike it and move on. If the person gets mad about it, the words, or they won't, or they'll fix it or they won't. But if you just continue to strike it, it'll get fixed and then you don't have to worry about it. Your side of the street is. We have a lot of newcomers, we have a lot of returning people and all that shit. But it's important. Adina, can you mute yourself? Okay. It's important that we just kind of review this stuff and recap this stuff every once in a while.
bonding experience. That was supposed
It
to.
is. So we'll figure out what we're going to do with that and all these goodies for tomorrow's dinner. But come on, guys. And that was like a light walkthrough.
Hello.
Imagine what else you guys could find. You just pay attention a little bit.
Hello.
Cool. Hi, Adina, what's up?
It's okay. Sorry. You can just put my stuff in my cubby. Okay. Yeah. Abby. Not you. Sorry. I mean, you know what I meant.
Is that your mom?
No.
Wait, what?
Okay. Abby,
Oh.
come on down. Cool.
You can have one. Yeah.
How you doing?
Dry.
Okay. Can we get a little more?
About what?
Actually, Amanda, come on down too. Because you guys are on a check-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Struggling at work. Not really working now for now until my tattoo gets verified. I haven't finished my 4-step. That's a big thing. And it's really stupid for the understood.
How long were they there?
Being such a highly industrialized
This
city,
TV has a mind of its own.
sources.
Yeah, so I got the energy drinks when I would go to the hospital for some.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we did talk about a bunch of stuff last night. Do you kind of want to inform the house of kind of where you're at, what's going on, just to keep everyone on the same page?
Uh, I need to finish my 4-step before I go back to work. That's what I think.
Mm.
And fuck me up.
That's real.
And sounds like it's been stressful to work in recovery and then come home and I'll do all this. And also just like being surrounded by men is a lot
Mm.
right now.
Okay, that's real. Shit. I
So
mean,
I've been like avoiding everyone and I've been coming home being a bitch
mm.
and I don't want to talk to anyone. But that's only like hurting myself.
It sounds like isolation and retaliation.
Oh
Sounds like it sucks,
yeah,
or at least that feeling sucks.
yeah.
Who's your sponsor?
Lauren Zelinsky. I'm going to her house tomorrow, so
You call her? Yeah, I was about to ask you that same thing. Do you call her every
I
night?
don't know that, but I had a really good conversation with her and yeah.
Ladies, do you have feedback or any comments for Abby? Just because one of the things she said was she's surrounded by dudes and she's gonna check in with you. Obviously, Kara's in the room, but she works. She's gonna check in with you.
Yes.
Adina, go ahead.
Um, hold on, let me ask them to, guys, can you be quiet for just a minute? Scott, please. Um, the first thing I would really point out, and I think Abby knows where I'm going to go with this, is that she's alone too much, you know? She's up in her bed with her headphones on in her safe space, which is, her videos and I guess TikTok or YouTube, I'm not sure what, but that's her safe space. And she goes there often. And when I'm up there in the room and we interact, it's good. Like she's happy. But I think as soon as I leave the room, she's back to isolating, and that's just been a common trend in like the last week or two, probably 2 weeks, and it has really increased since it's been just us in the room. And I know she thrives more in a more female environment, and I personally have grown up and grown into adulthood in male-dominated environments, so I mind being downstairs all day long with all the guys. But she's the exact opposite of me. And I'm really the only one that I feel like is, other than when we're at, I'm at IOP and she's at IOP. When we're home, it's just me and her because Kira's usually working. And I guess, I need to do better about trying to reach out and spend more time with her. And she just needs to, get out of self a little bit more. I think that would help a lot.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Kira?
Yeah, kind of like a change in your mood since we've been on a check-in, especially this week. It's been like lower. Like we kind of talked about your struggles at Found, like your job and stuff. So I kind of know like that's going on. You like having a lot of responsibility where you're alone a lot does like scare me a little bit. Just because the last time, and I have nothing to love you, and that's the only reason I feel that way. But I'm glad that like they found the Celsius and it wasn't something else. So I'm glad that like they did the room suites now and it was just Celsius. But I feel like we have pretty good check-ins. Like and I want you to just be honest with me about anything, so you can call me after what time of the night it is. So.
Thanks, Amanda.
Let's see. I'm gonna do my best. I'm not really good at this, but Abby, you are isolating a lot. Okay. And when I'm here, I do see it a lot, and I don't know how to get through to you sometimes. I don't. It's really a problem. I don't know how to like tension really. But yeah, like you said, there's a lot going on. I just sometimes I feel like you're, you know, present
Yeah.
a lot, like, it's really weird, like, I don't know, like, it's just how I feel, but, in regards to like you isolating because you don't feel comfortable, or it's like not your, yeah, I don't know, whatever it is, with the men, um, that's valid, and it would be good for you to learn how to, how to just connect with people. That's all I can really say is that is obviously going to benefit you to just be able to connect with like men and like, I'm not like, it's not saying like, oh, I know how to connect with men and help these, but like, I don't know, I'm just saying like that. It's gonna, that's gonna help, you know, your journey, like period. So I think maybe like contrary action, just try to like pick someone to like really form a connection or a bond, a healthy bond with, so you can lean on Nadine is not around or when I'm not around, or just to grow. I suppose just like make that a little project of yours, like just pick one person who you know absolutely cares about your well-being, which I'm sure we all do. Find that one person and I don't know, get into it. Yeah, like Adina said, get out of self. Yeah, if you can. Get out of self. I don't know. That's what they say. I don't know. Just
What-
contrary action. Yeah.
What can like we do to make you more comfortable?
I never thought it was uncomfortable, it's just like,
Like the men,
yeah.
like what can you do? Like, I don't know if it's like things we're saying, doing, or if it's a history with men. But like, what can we do to make you just
It's
feel,
sort of a problem, like, I have a resentment with men, and
yeah,
I have for a very long time, so it's like, I don't know, like, the aggressiveness today, like,
yeah.
can't really deal with it, but like, going up there and ignoring it, like, it's just hurting me, so.
Mm.
Guess I'll just come downstairs more.
Was this only when Mike showed up, or was this before?
I've always had a resentment towards men, but I think this whole like, being in self and isolating thing happened when I started town.
Mm.
That's where I could go. Yeah, but I can go.
Oh, we can all go. It just takes work.
Yeah.
G-Man, and then Tom and Amanda. You had your hand up.
I was curious, Abby, what is the difference between Yerba Mate and Celsius for one?
One's an energy drink and
I
one's
understand that, but how is that much better? Like, you know, it's, so for the consequences, just in being like thinking about like reality,
yeah.
like, why would you get
Well,
Celsius?
well, fuck the caffeine, bro.
It's not about that, it's about, why would you have to go, there's no difference between the two, it's literally nothing. It's not like you're doing crystal meth and coffee or something else, it's fucking Celsius and Vermont, is your kind of your toss up there, like, I just don't understand your reasoning behind
There's
it.
a lot more caffeine in Celsius.
And it's not just-
It's not it, it's everything, it's not really that big of a deal.
But that's the thing, it's like, there is not really a difference, but
But
it's
it
the-
isn't, it's just
but-
psychological
G-Man,
concept.
It's the dishonesty about it.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about why would you, right, so you just had to be dishonest?
No, I
That's what I'm
wanted to
saying.
feel.
Hang on, hang on,
What
hang on.
is behind it? Why didn't you just go get Herbal Mate?
Because Celsius makes you feel like more like jittery, just a feeling I
Here,
love.
here it is. Almost.
Addicted.
By the way, it's not just our sober living. A lot of sober livings, most of them that actually care, ban energy drinks,
Is it so?
and a lot of rehabs don't allow energy drinks too because it can lead to a shift in brain chemistry, which results in a shift in behaviors that can ultimately lead to relapse without swift and drastic change.
Off the top of his head.
Did you just?
Stop.
Energy drink, Herbal Mate is considered like, and that's.
We could remove. That's a tea. It's a tea.
Wait, guys, we're overlooking G-Man. G-Man, she answered your question. God, hang on. G-Man, she answered your question though, and that's one thing that we're all overlooking. Abby, can you say what you just said again?
I like to drink energy drinks because they give the same feeling of getting high.
And that's why we don't have them here. And that's why it's dangerous to drink them. And that's the psychology of it.
We're talking about Abby.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about her going out to get drinks first, so that get her jacked up.
Correct.
Hell,
Yeah. So there's a difference. There's certain chemicals in energy drinks.
Difference I'm saying, what can she buy to, you know what I mean?
Well, first of all, she knows energy drinks are not allowed in this house.
So that's kind of what it is.
There's I'm going against the rules. I like the effects of the energy drink. Yeah, there's a lot of red flags in this whole situation.
Yeah.
That's it. And we're talking about it. She had energy in the house.
I know that. And I'm saying, I could go drink 9 cups of coffee and be jacked up. But I don't see where the energy drink makes that much more of a difference.
No, she
Did
Theoretically.
Anthony and Delegate tried during this week?
Alright,
Keep-
well,
keep-
okay,
keep-
on to the next Tom.
Because Stephen had his hand up.
Tom, Amanda, then Steven. Thank you, Josh.
You know, because I ride in with Abby a lot, and I see what she does throughout the day, and I see where she's running, you know, granted, we all work working throughout the day, and when she comes home, I don't know if she's isolating or what, but I can understand where sometimes you need to just take a break for a little bit. And I guess it's probably said she started working at Bound, from what it sounds like. And when you're saying you want to do your 4-step, that sounds like a good idea. You follow what I'm saying? I think maybe she's working way the hell too much because she's working 5 days a week at Bound, then working at Sam's. I mean, to me, it almost sounds like she's burning, and then coming home doing structure.
Mm.
I can see it from that side. I'm not, you follow what I'm saying?
I pick up what you're putting down.
You're picking it up?
I am. Really.
So, but I can see where she could be isolated, yeah.
True. Amanda?
I know, see, her like position at Found itself can be very isolating because like she went from being a client for a little bit to like now working and like not being in the groups. And when she wasn't Found, like you were saying how much you loved the groups and like how they were helping you and stuff. So I think losing that too and not really having someone like on your same like level, I don't know another word than level, like working that way. And then with the Celsius thing, I was thinking, I'm like, why would I feel like if you're why would like you wanted to get calls because if you're gonna drink the Celsius, like how stupid of me to leave. Yeah, why get 3 and bring them into the house if you like
To cry.
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And that is no, I'm trying to say
Well, not necessarily.
Hang on.
I don't think like so I just mean like I don't know. Careless. Yeah. It's just
Careless,
like why if you get
it's all
at
coming out.
Costco, why not just drink it when you're not with anyone? Like why stock up and bring them to the house?
I'm
If
just
you don't
like-
want someone to see.
All my shit's a mess upstairs, you know, messy bed, messy head, like just trash and like.
You do really good cleaning your floor and things for the house, but when it comes to yourself, you're I don't really believe that, but I think you like to sit in pity and self-pity.
Go for her. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I think I want to hear from Steven and Jose first. Steven, please strike him. The fuck? Steven, phone in group.
Well, hold on. Who's got the clipboard?
I was like,
He does.
I'm gone. You man too.
You can text it in to us for tomorrow.
But no, I saw like this and how like was talking and like their like sense of humor. It was kind of similar like what I was going through. Like it changed, it shifted. Like with Found, it was just starting to be like fuck it, and it was scary because like she is driving alone, and then like now there was this, and if we didn't do something that could in like a week or two, could have been something else. So it's scary. And like, did you actually talk to Madison that day I told you to?
Yes,
You did,
well, yes,
and that helped for the
Yeah.
time being.
for the day.
It's like communication is
I came in the next
huge.
day, but Madison told me today and was able to get everything out, so.
Yeah.
Steven did have it up, and then Jose.
Just. It can be a lot, I know, like, I don't want treatment, but I manage myself in the house and like within 2 weeks I was a fucking asshole. And I was just like, this is fucked up. I fucking hate them. I hate doing this, that, and it's like, it ended up resulting in like a really bad situation, but and I shouldn't have let it get there. And so if I give you some piece of advice, it's like instead of I know you want to please Maddie, like you have an opportunity to do something all this, but like if you play the tape for it, it'll be worse if you bottle it all up and just keep continuing to like stress yourself out and be like, fuck, you know, and then you don't know what's gonna happen, you know, and it's better like address it, like you need to pull back from your other jobs, or you know, you should think about that. But I also think you're your full step.
Absolutely. Thank you.
What's that?
I just finished your sentence, plus what I said, but I think it's very important for you to set boundaries, even with the job. Because if you can't handle the 5 days and come here, it's gonna be really hard for you, like, from now on, you know? So I think you should really take care of yourself, because if you think that this is hard, it gets harder out there, you know? So you really need to take care of yourself, because if you don't, you're just gonna keep doing the same thing. Because we sit at home sometimes and we're bored here sometimes too, right?
Yeah.
So what's it gonna be? You're gonna be bored at the house too, you know? So it's just like you really gotta take care of yourself, because if you don't, you know what happens to you. So I don't know. I already don't know what to say on that, but I think you should really put some boundaries. And if you think, I'm not trying to say anything bad, but if you have a sponsor at work, it's kind of hard.
Okay.
My bad, I'm stupid. Hard. That was Madison, but
Oh, like my boss was.
yeah. So it's like, just be careful with that, because it can lead you to not tell everything to the people they love to. So just be careful with that, because it can lead you out. So
That's
test yourself out.
Hell yeah. Can I give your hand? No? Okay, cool.
That's from earlier.
Got it. Cool. So you said when you talked to Madison, you were able to get everything out?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, and like another thing I like should have done that I will do next time is like not wait to talk to her, because I was like, I don't want to disappoint her. I don't want her to know that I'm struggling. I was like, she's probably stressed out. I don't need to add to her plate, but like that wasn't the case at all. She's like, it did more harm by not telling her, and like, I totally like understood that, and she's like rooting for me. She's like, you're doing great. Like those feelings you're feeling aren't real. It's true.
Feeling about facts. Whoa, don't know what's going on there.
But I feel like you also have to do stuff for yourself.
Please strike Jose for not raising his hand.
Yeah, sorry, get out of here.
You're good. Keep going.
Never mind.
Dude, come on.
I already told you to get it, so.
I think that you should get a clean slate and get really specific with everything, because I've read your 10 steps and it's always resentful at others. Like it's like that's not doing you any good. You need to be more just like specific. Why do you resent somebody? Who do you resent? Like it's like stop being around the bush and start tapping into what's really going on.
Right.
Like you're good at dancing around it, but there's an issue. Let's just get there. So get on the table and do a cop list and get clean on everything.
I feel like there's
Yeah.
a lot of anger in just like anger.
Anger.
I'm serious, you should write about it. I've known you a while. I feel anger.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Clean it out. Can you what?
Never mind. Can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah. If you leave your vape in the chair. It's not, you thought you were slick. If you leave your vape in the chair, you go to the bathroom. You have a pen and a paper? Cool. Zach.
Yeah.
Bring it on down.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm running to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Zach is going on a pass.
Yeah.
And he thought he lost his passport. Do you even need a passport
I
for?
don't have my ID yet.
Oh, okay.
I still need that and a lot of other things and driver's license and whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So do you have the game plan?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
I
get
don't
a-
know who's driving me to the airport. I can get an Uber if we don't have somebody, or maybe Paul can take me. It's pretty early on Monday. But I leave early Monday morning. My flight's at like 6 something. I get there. I'm gonna be with my parents in Houston, and I go to dinner with my family for my birthday. And then that night we're gonna go to bed early because we have to leave super early to drive to Dallas. And I'm going straight. What the fuck is going on, man? Okay, sorry. But
Whoa.
yeah, we're driving to Dallas, and then at 1, I'm going to my, before that, like as soon as we get there, I'm going to my treatment center, and my old therapist is there, and I'm gonna sit and talk with him for a while and catch up, and then I'm gonna speak to the facility about rehab finances and what got me to where I am today, and just like what my recovery is like now. And then after that, we're gonna go eat, and then I'm gonna go see my daughter when she gets out of daycare. And it'll be a couple hours, and then we're gonna drive back to Houston, get back pretty late, go to bed, wake up, fly back, be back by like around noon. So,
No.
yeah,
Sounds pretty busy.
it's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're at that time where you can do this pass.
Yeah.
You've taken on a lot of responsibility, but irritability is something that is in the big book.
Right.
And some days you're, less irritable. Some days you're quick to be irritable.
Mhm.
And things don't always go according to plan. You
Yeah.
live life on life's terms. And this is really important to know that you have a plan for your past, but be willing to accept, everything, because cars break down, baby moms get crazy.
Yeah.
Anything can happen and you don't have a companion with you.
Yeah, for sure.
So, this is really important to just kind of practice letting go. Be like stay in gratitude. Does anyone have feedback for Zach in general? Like yeah, go ahead.
I think it's really important for you to notice it because it's kind of hard for you to notice it sometimes when you're upset. But lately you've been noticing like and you've been changing your attitude for it. But the main thing though is reaching out to somebody, right when you feel that. Because if you don't, you know how fucked up you get. But
Yeah, and I've been going through a lot of that lately. And I put myself in a position where I didn't have many people to talk to. And I've been like of course dry the last couple weeks, super irritable, jealous, angry, just the whole Anthony thing. And I was mad at staff. It set me off, and also like every hour coming up to this trip to see my daughter is like doesn't year, and it's so like, I'm excited, but also I'm ashamed that like I'm like scared to go and say I'm your daddy because I don't want to fear. Because I mean she says it on the phone, but it's also like I don't know what she's thinking.
So
It's scary.
yeah, but you're also like creating like scenarios
Yeah, for sure.
in your head and
That's
then
what
trying to predict, like, lead to expectations, assumptions. You're like living in this like future trip,
Mhm.
dude. Take it day by day, just like your recovery.
Yeah.
Take it day by day. We can't live in the future. Anything can happen.
G-Man, we got Jose and then Milo.
Sorry for
Okay.
cutting you off.
No, you're good. No,
I
you're right.
what I'm saying is that these past couple days, I see him like really notice his like reactions and actually like yeah, I fucked up, you know, I did this wrong. So I do see a big change in him and me, because I talk to him every day. And it's just like we talk, you know, but he's doing better in a way than he was last week. Last week he was all like, he was rationalizing everything, and he was just like going down a deep hole, and he got out of it. You know, I don't know, it's good talking to him because it's good for me too. And I know it's good for him too, but I think he'd be fine. Just the whole like noticing your attitude, you know.
Yeah,
And
and
then you're
it's
starting to feel that, you know.
and it's like it's easy to do that with like people on the street, or people here, but whenever it's deep rooted shit, like my parents or my baby mama, that's when it's like this is like the real test.
So you're noticing it though,
And
you
like yeah.
understand.
And like I want, like I know, I put myself on a check-in with Anthony last night, and of course I have Tom and Paul, but like I want to be calling everybody, you guys, and like everybody. Like I need to. Like I even planned it that I'm gonna like buy vapes, so I don't even go see my boys at the smoke shop and shit. And I'm there. Like I'm not. I don't want to go anywhere. Like I just want to go there to see my daughter, my family, and just focus on the positive, really. Like I've been focused on a lot of negatives and what could, like what might happen and what, like you said, like future tripping, and like trying to like take control of scenarios, make sure that that thing doesn't happen, and it just drives me crazy. And I think and like making assumptions on what other people are thinking, and it's like almost like I know. I'm trying. It's like my brain trying to sabotage things. Because I did this before. I had like one of the best jobs ever, and I destroyed it. I drove it into the ground because like it's like I don't know if it's fucking fear of success or just like me just reacting based off of past experiences and just fears of different things. So even like imitating my walk whenever like Ashley was like, "It's your dad." On the phone when I first talked to her, she did the walk, and I thought it was funny. But now it's like, so before that, she saw me with the tubes in me and was crying, and it's like, I like have this like position of like leadership here, I think, and it's like imposter syndrome because I know what I've done, like I know my past, and I don't know if it's like regretting it, but it's like I have this like image of like who I am because of the things I've done. And
That kill our character well.
yeah, I know. Like, believe if I was looking at myself with all my defects, I would strangle that motherfucker. But I mean, I'm like embarrassed of how I acted and the things I said. Like I was saying, like, fuck them like, about you guys like the other day because I was just like jealous and hurt, and I was like feeling like Anthony was like out to get me, and that you guys didn't give a fuck about me. And it's just because of things that happened in my past. And like I've been in situations like this, like nothing like this, but like I had a whole community and all turned their back on me like that. Whenever my baby mama left me, and then I had a gun in my mouth, like every night, and I just like, and it's just it's that fear that that's gonna happen again.
Dude, you're really hard on yourself. And then because of you're hard on yourself, sometimes you're really hard on others too. And it's, you're a resident. Like you're learning, you are a leader, but be a resident.
Yeah.
Be like, this is your house.
Yeah.
Trust me, dude. Sitting up here, like Steven did 2 weeks at Overliving. Ryan's done way longer than me, but it's not the same, man. It's not the same. Don't rush. It's like a kid going, I wish I was grown. I wish I was 21. It's like, bro, you're 21. It's more expensive. Parties were better. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even that. It's like I like I've been fucked over by so many people, and I feel like I have like a real like new family here, And like there's certain situations just in the last couple of weeks and all like them that I went through the house with. And like I learned to walk with these people. They're all graduating. And then Anthony's like staff and saying shit.
Anthony's a
Yeah.
resident.
I mean, bro, what you know.
He's graduating in a week. We're gonna talk about what,
Fuck that
but
whole
you're
label.
but you're this is the problem with you in these labels, is that you're taking on the label, you're giving labels, you're worried about the party and the invitation, you're overthinking everything, and you're
Yeah.
creating these dramas in your head,
Yeah, and it
when
makes me pissed.
and it gets you pissed, but it's just slow down.
Yeah, man. Like that's like what I realized this last week. Like, I had a lot of talks with Jose and like Paul helped me get through it, and like Ryan. You got like Madison. Like there were times, like there were like so many days in these last couple weeks that I tried to fucking hate that lady, and then I would just talk to her and she'd put me back, and then I just would I'd come home to things and I would find shit because I got all this shit going on, and like I just realized like. I came here with this and I reached out to Graceland because I wanted to show people, like since I was in the hospital, I just wanted to show people my arm and shit and just help people. And like that's like like a year and a half ago, I was worried that I would never fucking walk again. And now I'm worried about this petty shit. And I realized that last night, like in the meeting, and I just want to help people, man. Fuck the labels, fuck whatever fucking parties, fuck whoever. Like I just want to help people, and like I really like see my part in all of this. It's just me self-sabotaging.
Before, we're gonna let Mo go next, but there's a pattern in this hatred. It's Madison, then it's staff, then it just keeps redirecting. It's you have anger,
Yeah.
and you got to find a way to channel that into positivity somehow, because that kind of anger, how it's impulsive and justified, is dangerous when you're not in the bubble.
Yeah.
This whole thing changes when you leave the bubble.
And that's what I was hoping Milo and Adina could shine on that, specifically in regards to being on passes. Because everything you're describing and all these reactions you're talking about, I'm like, and then they brought me back down, and then they brought me back down. You're about to more, there's not going to be anyone to bring you back down besides your fingers, maybe calling somebody. Like you're going to be with your parents who know Zach from before. You're going to be with one of your biggest triggers, your baby mama, people who saw you in treatment previously. But like,
that's why I'm grateful that I'm going to see Adam, my old therapist. Like he's like a fucking wizard. It's crazy.
But
yeah.
Sorry, not to interrupt you, dude, but Milo's had his hand up patiently for a minute, and Milo, if you could also, and Adina too, talk on being on passes surrounded by fucking triggers, because you've both been on fucking intense passes. She's currently on a fucking intense pass. So, and who else has been on pass?
There, I did want to say
Actually,
that
nobody else. Keep going. It's been on pass.
yeah, man, like I've walked this journey with you, and I've seen you go through a lot of different things. I think working here and doing, stepping into this this position that you're gonna walk into soon is a different type of tough than like getting the job when you have an office. Cause like at the office, like you're helping people, but you're still kind of like shooting shit and you're on the phones, and there's a zone of Zach that knows that in a way. Very different format, but it's like there's like a work Zach that you're more comfortable with. And like this is like when we were at IOP, it was always like you exploring the side of yourself that's uncomfortable with being vulnerable, and like that's like working with this, because it's like you have to meet yourself at some point, look at all your defects, and then also try and extend this like loving hand to people, and that can be extremely terrifying. And I've seen you last week go through like the spiral of like we were talking about last night, and Sharon, you were saying like I went through this like emotional relapse, and I feel like I really understand that can be like this feeling of like all the things you thought you'd conquered flaring back up and like staring down. And when you press through that, which I know you will, like you said, you'll have the most growth you've had the entire time here, and I'm super proud of you. I think you're going to do a great job. you were always a leader from the moment you got here. Well, from the moment I got here, you were always a leader. And I think it's just like you find your way to no longer lead with like the jokes and the offhand comments and the haha, fuck you, let's a little taste of that, but with the love that I think there's a big part of you that's scared of not being worthy. And that's fair. Because you know, like you said, I know what I've done. And I think part of that is changing. Like if I had my defects in my old self, I'd fuck them up. Like if I met my defects in my old self, I'd give him a hug. I'd show him that like it's not gonna always be this. Because those defects come from being fearful of not getting validation, of not being worthy, of not having the image that you want to be true, exposed. And that comes from a form of self-deprecation. And I'm glad that you're taking that. It's one of the hardest things to do. On the note of going on a pass, I'm really glad you're staying busy. The idle time on the pass is freaky. Staying busy is dope. And doing service stuff, being of service to AA and the communities that you harmed at one point is gonna feel so gratifying, and it's gonna be beautiful. I focus on the fear of like, oh shit, I'm out of the house, because that like comes and then it goes when you realize that, oh, like I'm gonna do something that's actually important, and this is gonna help me in my journey in sobriety. Just remember, to pause when agitated, because the agitation will come. There's no doubt about it. It will come. It happened with me in different forms. This is a milestone, and just embrace it for everything that it is, the good and the bad, because it's all a lesson.
Oh yeah. Adina, you got anything for him?
Yeah, I can give 2 cents. It's a little, I was thinking about what to say, and for me, it's kind of difficult because, like, here right now, I have Scott and Anthony and my mom and our friend Sherry here. Like, I have a huge support network here with me, and he's going on to this trip by himself. I honestly want to say I don't know how connected he is with his higher power or how spiritual he is. But I would say dig your heels into that a lot if that's where you connect, and your network here at the house. And you're leaving as soon as I come back, so I'll probably have more solid advice to give you. So definitely hit me up. You have my number. Call me, text me what you need to do, and just use all of us. Use staff, the other residents. We are your support network, and even though we're not going to physically, you're going to have to utilize us, because it's going to be a tough visit. It's going to be a lot of things going on, and I know you will.
Yeah.
Just don't get too caught up in your head to where you're trying to go through these moments on your own. Like, step away for a second and make a phone call.
Yeah. Go. Jose, and then Dara. I forgot you went on a couple passes when you were in the house. Jose.
I went on this pass when I was 6 months in the house. I went to a party in my house, but I was scared that I was gonna relapse. I walked away from that whole party, and something that you need to do out there is just stay in the moment and walk away when you need to. Because if you don't, your mind will go crazy out there. Because you're free, you're back home. You can just call your dope dealer quick. I know you don't want to. Just fucking be confident, bro. You're confident enough. Don't doubt yourself. You keep doubting yourself every fucking day. Stay confident. Be confident. And you fucking got it. I know you do. Stay living yourself out there. Yeah.
I like what you said. I think just like leaning into like the spiritual side and not reacting, and like leaning into the power is like huge, because I can see how, like, I knew for a second before I yelled at Mike, like I saw before they were, like, for a second, and just really just like dive into that. I'm going to her delivery Sunday, Danielle, and like she's gonna be calling me too, and just like just this Zen, man. Like I let go of that for a little while. So and like yeah, man.
It's really easy to get frustrated and irritable in a sober living. Very easy.
Yeah.
It's how you navigate to not be irritable. Like how do you stay elegant and graceful and zen, humble, because we're dealing with multiple personalities here. You're dealing with hierarchy. There's like different levels. There's respect levels. There's leadership chores like GIC. There's all different types of things. And it's all here because when you go somewhere and when you're the top dog in this house and you graduate and you go to a job and you're a newcomer at a job, it's just different. Like you're gonna want. It's really easy to poke holes into everybody. We're all fucking imperfect. This program is not about perfection. It's about progress. And even if Milo, Mike has a wig out, we're just trying to get him to progress further. I know that guy was a really tough case. He was scared. He was so scared. He'd come out and then I'd see him and he'd walk away. He's scared inside. He's in fear. He's holding on for dear life right now. And it didn't work out. That's fine. But even him, I know he rubbed you the wrong way, but like we even got to hold grace to someone like that.
Sure.
We get punched in the face, we look at our part. And I hate that. I hate that phrase, that like analogy. We get punched in the face, we look at our part. But that's how gangster we gotta be in this. Because if I get punched in the face and I go seeking blood, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get it, and then I'm gonna do what next? Yeah.
Dara and I forgot, Amanda also went on a pass. Yeah. So maybe you can talk about how he helped you. Dara, I'm curious, because you went on a pass by yourself.
Yeah, I was really going.
No, go into details. No. Just lay it out.
But anyways,
Thank you.
this is or it's your second time going out of the house, like in terms of like you going with car pass.
I went with the crew. Me and Anthony.
Just being by yourself and like going back, and obviously like, this is the real world we're living in, but since we're kind of in a microcosm of just this community for the most part, once you get back out into the reality, real world, it can be slightly intimidating or just like a culture shock just because you're not used to it and yeah, and since you're nervous and everything, or not nervous, but yeah, you're nervous and you're worried about all these things, I would just suggest like give yourself a little homework and write like 3 things you're grateful for every day.
Or a 10 step.
Or but I mean just not even on a 10 step, just like but be something like thinking back in like your past or like I'm grateful for like this or that experience, or even though it may be good or bad, but just whether you learn from it or not, or grateful for like, you're grateful for your daughter, you're grateful for your parents, but just dig deep into your own life, just basic, because those things happened, and whatever has happened, and what you can control is right now, in the present moment. And I know in this present moment, you can work in a great program, you can doing great at your job, and doing great as a leader in this house. Just take those traits and just use them once you get out there. But it can be a bit of like a culture shock, slightly, just going back into the real world, or just like kind of this house hitting on your.
I'm not calling.
I like how graduate version.
Yeah, what are you doing? Speak up.
Well, does someone dive in next after Dara?
They can wait. You're a graduate.
Sorry.
Thank you, Derek.
Okay, since we're all talking about passes, when I went on a pass, which wasn't really a pass, but it was after I graduated and we went to go spend time with my family, that was for me a new opportunity. Not like a test, kind of like a test, like you said, of what you learned so far in the house. This is an opportunity for you to implement all the things that you learned here. And like everyone said, one of the biggest strengths of being in this house, at least for me, is the community. And that's kind of what allowed me to come back down or be brought back down, like you said, when Madison was bringing you back down. In times when I was uncomfortable, sometimes I would lay my head on the hotel pillow and be like, fuck, dude, I feel uncomfortable. This is like weird. This is unknown to me. Our situations are going to be totally different. What you're going is way different than what I was going into. But yeah, like what Jose said too, just try to be confident in everything that you've learned so far and all the good that you have done in this house for others and for yourself. Like you've got that to like back you up, to like bank on, you know what I'm saying? You got all that. I don't even know where, I don't know what else to say actually. Like I was gonna say something else, but yeah, just call me. Call me too.
Yeah.
Call me too. I don't give the best advice, but I'll be there for you to listen.
Mm.
And then you'll call the people that like tell you how it is. Just do that for sure. And like also what Milo said, I'm sure it's gonna be a really gratifying experience for sure. You're gonna like unlock a new achievement in your life and probably impress yourself. As long as you use us, that's like I think one of the best strengths.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Kiara. Amanda.
Yeah, actually, it was just a little over 30 days, and I thought I could go on a pass all by myself. You know, and I'm really glad that I ended up having a group of people come with me.
If I remember correctly, you demanded to go on a pass all by
Yeah.
yourself.
I said that was the hill I was dying on, I think was my exact words. But it was a lot of fun, and my only advice I would say, like, from obviously, like, I was in super early sobriety compared to the time that you have, but like after being with my family so much and then coming back home, I definitely felt myself like slip into a little depression because like you know all this happiness and excitement, and it's kind of like you're back in your old life and you kind of get these thoughts like, yeah, I can do this, like I'm doing great, I'm out here, you know. So just when you come back, of course when you're there, talk to all of us, call me, call everybody, but when you're back to make sure that you're like speaking your thoughts and you're like being honest with yourself and with everybody, that if you're feeling down, which is okay too, just be honest about it and talk to your community because that's what we're here for. And I do want to say I'm super proud of you. I think this is a great time for you to go. I think you're going to do awesome. If you do get triggered, use your community and just exactly what Jose said, have confidence in yourself that like this is, you've worked so hard, worked 10 months for this, so just enjoy your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. Anybody else got feedback for him? Fuck yeah, dude. Let's get
Wait.
those. Oh, Adina?
Yeah, Amanda brought up a really good point that I've experienced like as soon as I got here, like it's that confidence, and you know, I think you're doing well. Like as soon as like just yesterday and today, I wouldn't just. I was in the mindset that I was like, you know, like why do I even gotta go back? I was like, I'm fine. Like this is cool. Like I was really bad when I left, but I'm okay now. So stop, because damn it, you threw me off. Yeah, just don't get stuck in that mindset. You're gonna feel like that. You're gonna feel like, yeah, I got this. It's, you know, I'm doing good for myself, and you're gonna get a little bit headstrong, or what does they say in the book, cocksuredness. Just try not to stay in that mentality. You are doing good. You're doing fantastic, but finish what you started.
Fuck yeah.
That's all. Yep.
Amanda, you hand up again? That fast.
No, that's crazy. I got checked on shoes. Never mind.
Great. Yeah, no, I mean, they have a good point. You're going to be doing some awesome stuff out there, talking to your old sober living, talking to your old therapist, seeing your daughter, showing up for your parents and being present there for them. Be present for yourself too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did you do your amends to them in person? You did?
My mom,
Anyone else there that you want to make amends to in person?
my dad, and I already did my mom. My dad is gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be the easy one. Because I know how he's gonna react, because I've done this before. Um, my baby mom's not gonna do it. I'm gonna try.
She's not gonna listen. She wouldn't listen.
No, she'll just say no. Just
Right,
just
no.
take care of it till. That's all she says, and I can do that. So that's cool. I'll
Yeah.
leave her there.
What about your sister? Did you,
Yeah, I did that one. Yeah, yeah. So
it was like your first one, right?
yeah, when she was all fucked up. So maybe try again if she's not fucked up, but she is. And
Did you say you were gonna try to make amends to your baby mama or were not?
I will.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna say, hey, like, can I do this? And each time, because I've tried twice,
Mm.
and she just says, I just want you to be a good dad and it's okay. And that's like, dope.
That's actually
That's all I can do.
well, that's,
She just doesn't want to hear it.
But the important thing isn't what the nothing is. The important thing is
Yeah.
you making the effort to do it. That's where the meat and potatoes of the ninth step is.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like the first time I tried, it was really to like, because I cared about what she thought.
Mm.
And I wanted her to think I was doing better. And then like when I tried the second time, it was really just because I just wanted to
You're
get it
do
off my chest. So
you're doing this for you, not for what she says.
yeah,
So like if she says just take care of the daughter, that's it. It's
yeah,
a
what I
success.
have. You know, I'm cool with that.
You know, that is the
I don't
events.
really resent her anymore. Like that when it comes up. But like as much as I used to, like it used to haunt me. And I didn't even have her name in my phone. It's Matilda's mother. Like, I hated her that much. And like now it's like I get it. Like I see why.
Hmm.
So like she doesn't have to tell me. Like I didn't get an explanation from her, but looking back and like doing the work, it's like, oh shit, you don't want that guy to be around your kid.
Well, don't beat yourself up, man.
That's not what I'm, it's the language, man. I don't think you guys understand it either. There's like fucking just
Sorry, California boys.
Dude, yeah, I think
Different
I don't think you should complicate it because it's so much more complicated with how you're talking about it.
Yeah.
You're simply
I'm just-
saying you're cleaning your side of the street.
Yeah.
That's it. Doesn't matter what she says, doesn't matter what happens afterwards. Bro, you're cleaning your side of the street.
Yeah.
You don't worry about her side of the street. That's her.
Mhm.
That's it. You know, I know it's tricky. I don't know like baby mama tricky, but I know it's tricky to somebody that it's uncomfortable to make amends to. And you'll be surprised, dude. Don't project what you think she's gonna say or do or how she's gonna react. Just open mind, new experience every time.
Yeah. Just want to just focus on the moment with my kid, man. Like this is like one of the biggest moments, probably one of the biggest moments in my life. So
It's important that you also, and I say this with all the love and care and consideration in the world, dude. Don't put too much pressure on this moment. It is
yeah,
in
I'm
life.
prepared. I already thought like, dude, Matilda, like somebody could get sick. They
Yeah.
might have something pop up.
Yeah.
I might be in Dallas and be told you can't come.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys, man.
The same exact message that we told to Sam when she was talking about going back to see Ari is the same message we're trying to give you right now.
Yeah.
Don't put too much pressure on that moment because it might not work out the way that you intended to, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be okay. No matter what happens, it's all gonna be okay at the end.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Oh, Jose had his hand up.
I'm gonna just show you something, but
Yeah, for sure. I love that.
You can't all see it?
Huh?
We can't all see
I
it?
just don't wanna do the whole thing. It's like a thing I learned recently.
Okay.
About the mindset. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'll say part of it. When you make amends, probably say on the book, it says ask 3 times. Whatever she says, you can go with it, or you can ask her what would be better for. So, but I just want to show you the book. It makes more sense in the book. Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't want to.
That's rad, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone in here at some point, hopefully, will be on their 9th step. That's great advice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just think you'll feel better keep reading that shit out.
Yeah, we'll do that. Sure, man.
Fuck yeah. All right, dog. Let's get those passes and the PB done. And then we'll figure it out from there.
Um,
39. Abby, you're up.
are you done? If you need more time,
Oh, yeah. That's 10K.
are you finished?
Oh my gosh. Nice. There you go. I actually do have to in the week. Yeah.
I can leave it out. If I don't see you, I'll call you this week. Sure, man.
Can I go to the bathroom?
I feel like you're going off in the battle. What was that? You will see me, dog. Be at the gym.
Oh, Ryan just finished.
9 a.m. Fucking be there, dog. Yeah. Who's your chest day? Hey.
Hey. Hi, others. Okay. Is this on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where's Abby? Restroom. Oh. Hey. Sit. Butters. Okay. Do what you want.
No, don't do what you do. Did you go? Oh, you can go upstairs. Yeah, you can go ahead. Oh. Yeah. So.
Oh, is that it? Let me see it. Whoa, what happened?
Oh.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to get honest in case they think they're on her cop list? No one wants to say anything? No one? It's a good cop list. Well, I mean, you didn't hold back. All right. 10K for whoever name is dropped in this and they didn't open up. Amanda?
I have a sidebar with her about Marcy and TikToks.
Oh,
I didn't.
oh,
Oh, sorry.
that's good. That's good.
Thanks, still. I mean, I've been talking shit the last week.
Okay.
Like,
So sidebarring on breaking your program, she didn't strike it.
yeah, just like that.
Why does it take 10K to like be the threat?
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't fucking care.
I know, but I know. I'm just saying, it's like, I know. Okay,
Anybody else?
Of course.
yes.
Um,
Oh, who's, essay monitor?
G-Man.
Hey, G-Man, where's your binder? Beautiful. All right, run it, Abby.
I drank energy drinks at Found and at home.
Time out. Was it from the box that was there?
I drank one of those. But I like went to the gas station and bought the other ones.
Wait, you just said you bought at Costco.
No, when I would do runs to Costco, I would stop at the gas station, get gas and get it from there.
Did you buy the big thing of Celsius from Costco?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I know I shouldn't be like, no, I didn't do that. But no.
okay.
I got the double big case.
Got it.
I resent painting for being a dick. Half-assed chores, items left out, no sign outs, messy in general. I criticize the admissions process here at Graceland. I'm not sure why there's no mental health screening. I doubt some of the decisions made by staff. I purposely avoid people and go to my room to masturbate. I act differently in front of staff and I kiss their ass. I sidebar with Adina about the house and Mason. I sidebar about the house with Zach. I broke non-com with Sam. I don't strike things out of laziness. I'm mad at myself for having to be here. I don't want to stay in California after graduating. I haven't called my sponsor every day. I don't like group. I don't want to participate ever. I go to meetings to look for hot people. I have a large ego and can't swallow my pride. I don't believe in myself. I'm scared of everything. I resent some of the things posted on social media. I haven't been praying or connecting with God. I don't want to get my CDL or drive at Found. I judge everyone. I'm angry I came back, but not all the time. I avoid all the newcomers. I have done half-assed pull-ups and positives. I'm obsessed with controlling situations and people. I'm jealous of all the graduates. I broke reflections, didn't strike it. Words I got at dinner weren't posted and I said nothing. I don't really want to be here. So, not always, but when I was writing it, that's what I felt. I still don't have health insurance or a way to refill my medications. I never want to go on outings because everyone annoys me. Sometimes think I could go somewhere else and stay sober. I don't think this conference is helping me. I go to the bathroom to vape during dinner group. I texted during movie night. I've been avoiding my 4-step. I am extremely addicted to caffeine. It's affecting me very poorly. I don't pay attention at meetings. I stopped sharing at meetings. I love to point out where other people are wrong, but I can't handle being told I'm off. I feel like I've wasted a lot of time here because of my own inaction, and I people please a lot and think I deserve a pat on the back.
Damn.
Why do you think, like, you wrote a lot? And, like, there's a lot of it, like, not agreeing with the house. Like, why did you write all that?
What Wyatt said really, like, got to me. It's like, you have this, like, anger inside of you. And it goes back to that, like, original resentment that I had with the house, I guess.
And what resentment is?
The question.
Well, it's like you're in this kind of fuck it mode, right? So, like, why get so butt naked honest on a cop list?
Why not?
Well, yeah, to me, okay, so why I'm bringing this up is, like, obviously you're doing it because it's good for you.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Even though, like, half your cop list is, like, not agreeing with, like, or not accepting what's going on here.
Yeah.
However, like, you're willing to be extra thorough on a cop list. And yeah, and that's good. You've always done that. But I also think that, like, part of you is, like, super self-destructive, and, like, part of being super honest like this is, like, part of you just being like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck, I'll take whatever on the head. I already, like, am fed up.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is, like, a constant pattern for you. So, like, there's a couple questions that arise. Is like, A, like, are you taking your medication?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're taking your medication, there's too much caffeine intake, and you're not working a program. And it sounds like all you're doing is like of what we all do is fault find and get discontent and ungrateful. You know, and like you're not leaning into like God. You're leaning into like more like cardinal, like or like what's happening here with people rather than like any spiritual principles is what I'm getting. And I'm totally open to being wrong. So like correct me if you feel like it's not. And I don't know, like let's discuss why you called and wanted to come back here. Like sometimes we just need to like be taken back to that place.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, I know that it works. And I think that a lot of this resentment was just like, oh, I got caught, fuck this. Like with the energy drinks, that's small, but I was just so sick of like going to treatment where I live. And I know this is like more than treatment. And no, it's good for me.
But what were the feelings that you had
before I called?
Yeah, like that led you to call. Cause like I feel like it had to take a lot of like misery for you to call us of all places again.
Yeah, I was like on the run from my family and like shooting meth with really terrible people, and like my mom was just like, holy shit, this is like crazy. Doing very disgusting things and like just going to detox and getting out. Or like going to detox, going to rehab where they'll give me like a bunch of Adderall and Vyvanse, and then I end up relapsing. And then this, I think I mean, it's my part, but like at all these treatment places, I would like meet up with people and like go out with them and like very toxic all the time. And I kind of thrived on that. And I'm so good at going to treatment. It's all I fucking do. But this is like not real life, but actual connections. And a really big part of why I came back here is because I knew you guys knew about the Adderall. And that is like, if I'm on Adderall, like I'm not sober. And like at every other place I could take it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Sounds like a clarity moment.
Yeah, that was, I like forgot about that.
I feel like you're minimizing the energy drink situation slightly.
Yeah.
And you should be looking at it as like, thank you God that they found it. Because,
Go ahead, Dara.
no, I'm just trying to think of one thing to say. So, you should be thanking God just because everything they've been saying, that everything that you come to accomplish, those are like the relapse behavior without the relapse. And when you first relapsed, I wasn't here, but I was with your mom and dad, and it was like the end of the world. They treated like them, I just wanted to think of them. Is always, you want to do this for yourself, but you have to think about the people that love you. They love you so much, and they really want the best for you. And you can do it too. You just have like one small step at a time, and you just have to be more honest to other people about how you're feeling, because you're the only person that knows how you're feeling, and no one can know you. And everyone's gonna judge you either, whether it's all guys, whether it's uncomfortable by that, but you have strong women here in Dina, Kiara, you just have to be more vocal with them, and if it leads to consequences, it's better writing words than going back on the streets of California, where you could find some crazy people that do drugs, or I mean that like get you back to that drug life.
Yeah.
And then it just starts the whole cycle all over again. You've been doing this for like a very long time, and maybe one day, one of these times you go out, you may never come back. And then I can't even imagine that your mom, dad, Maisie, your sister, Ian, because you just think of them too. They really love you. They really do. They really want the best for you. And I want the best for you. Every single person in this room wants the best for you. You just gotta believe in yourself and you can do it. And it's fucking tough. It's not easy at all whatsoever. Not at all. But this is the most courageous thing I've done in my life. And this is a God shot that also these things will found because you're lucky to lead to a relapse and then who knows what could happen.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I'm in like a really tough spot, like I was just talking about, where like I just stopped, it was like so easy to be ungrateful, and I don't know where like what happened exactly the last time when you left. I just kind of like heard some shit. Like I know you talked some shit about them, and like I know like I care what they think, and like I like do things like for external validation in friendships when I get like ungrateful, and I stopped looking at like when I came here I just cared about like what I could do to help people, and I started like getting frustrated with what I wasn't getting out of like friendships or relationships, and getting pissed and just looking for flaws in them or just anything around because I didn't want to look at myself, and like it's tough like when you get in that spiral because like I said, like I try to hate them so many times but then it always just ends with me feeling stupid and like ashamed of like what I was thinking. So it's hard to just like see my part, but like just like focusing what I'm grateful for, and like you they do care. Like I told you, like Madison always like had your back for all of this, and like just it's the communication part. Like it's really hard to just like even having him as a sponsor. Like there were things I wouldn't tell him because I was worried because he's connected to all of this. And like I know you care what she thinks. I care what she thinks too. And it's like I tried to hate her so many times the last few weeks. And it just like I was just wrong. And I know I talked a lot of shit, but it's like they care so much that it's fucking annoying, to be honest. And like I see like how much you help everyone in the house, and it's scary to see you get like this. Because like it was really scary when you left the last when all that happened. And like I just like sometimes like you are like independent and you're in here like with all these fucking weird ass dudes, and you're like just doing your thing, but like I'd like to see you just talk about what's going through your head more often. And like letting it out in anger like I did the last few days, like it's not really where I was at. It's just because I'm like jealous, I'm like hurt. I want to be a part of, I want to be with them. I want to be like, I want to feel good, and I'm looking for it in external places. And it's never gonna fucking work. It's only for a little bit of time, and then it's nothing. And yeah, like I just see, like I can relate a lot to where you're going, where you're at right now. And I think if you just lean on everyone around you and find just a couple people to talk to and like tell them the truth, that'll actually give you good feedback instead of just being like, yeah, fuck that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you'll get through it. So I appreciate you.
I just think that like I mean for all of us, and I know for myself that I'm my worst enemy. So like you're the one standing in the way of like you progressing. And so like what are tools to help you not ruminate in that? Well, like you're not doing your 4-step, which is like why? Why aren't you doing it? No, you're smarter than that.
I literally can't figure it. Laziness?
You're prioritizing the wrong things.
Yeah.
100%. You're in the room doing what you're doing. You're not being of service to anyone here unless it's reciprocal, someone that's like at the same level or that you appreciate. You're not even going to meetings for the recovery. You're there with wrong intentions. You know what being a graduate is? It's fucking hard. It's earned. It's not easy. Ryan, Madison, me, every single graduate, like Anthony's about to graduate. You can get it, but you're gotta earn it.
It's also just like keep simple. Like you guys are in your first year of recovery and like just stick to the basics. Like it's all outlined for you what you need to do. And like day by day it gets easier, but like I understand like seeking the validation and like people pleasing for like a boy, like of course, but like there comes a spiritual change when you're active in your step work and with God and you do this to like heal your heart. Where it will happen organically. I don't know how to explain it. Like God, it's just when you press into like your higher power, and like pushing yourself to do the work and like remaining humble and like remember to be a worker amongst workers and like we all believe in you and you have all the potential in the world, but I can relate to like hearing that a lot when I was like in my shit and it didn't mean anything because I didn't believe in myself. And I had a lot of shame and guilt and maybe that stuff's like coming up for you again because you're back here doing the thing again and like you're hitting like it's like but like it blows my mind in the sense, well, it doesn't blow my mind because we're alcoholics, but like, how you get this opportunity and then we find ways to fault find it, not be grateful for it. And like, wherever we go, like Pat could be a fucking dick, but I have to learn how to like navigate through that and not take his shit personally. And if anything, like just jump into it's what I told you earlier, jumping into action rather than like personalizing it and then like taking his inventory. Like I have to take my fucking inventory. Why is this bothering me so much? Oh, it's my low self-esteem. It's my people pleasing. It's my codependency. It's me. And so how do you separate you from yourself is like by bringing God in this situation. And like I do think like you shouldn't come back to work until you finish your 4th step and you're active in that. Like, and it's good that you're getting honest about not wanting to like drive people. All right, cool. Then like we'll figure out a solution with that, like, but we can't help meet you where you're like meet you where you're at if like you don't communicate. And like that's good. Like that's all the crazy stuff in your head. But like at the end of the day, like you picked up the phone and came back because like this works. Bottom line. But our head wants to overcomplicate it and like act like we're the victims and like all this is like bullshit. Like I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you. There's no way if you went to like a less structured or different fucking place that you're gonna stay sober. And like I was just in class and we were talking like there were statistics that like 90 days your chance of relapsing is like 70%, but a year sobriety cuts your chances of relapsing by like 58%. 58%. And like that still isn't like 100%. That means like you got to keep working at it, keep working at it. It's not until you get 5 years of sobriety, and this is just statistics. This isn't like that, these are just like estimations based on people, but after 5 years, then you're at like an 86% or whatever, but this shit is like every fucking day. And like your brain, I was talking about this earlier, hasn't healed. Like your decision making, your impulsive, your like all of our frontal lobes are fucked off right now. And it's like it's weak. And slowly like you're gaining like strength. Oh, but it takes time. It takes time and it takes hearing the same shit all the time. That's why you guys sit in these groups. That's why you guys have dinners and things seem so fucking repetitive. But I know for me, like I'm fucking stupid. Like I have to hear shit over and over and over again until all of a sudden 6 months later, I'm like, oh, one day at a time. I get it now. Oh, I'm actually fucking living it. I get it. And I don't know. I just think that like, obviously like part of you looking for like male attention is just to have some connection because you're not having connection with God. You're not having connection with your 12-step program. You're not having connection with yourself, dude. Like, and the only solution I can't I can't give you guys like the solution because I don't know. Everyone is different, and I'm open-minded to everyone coming to it in their own way. But like for me, I just came in here and I don't know, dude. I just knew that like I had to give this like 100% my effort. And like if I was gonna do this, Abby, if I was gonna do this, I have to like clear the blockage of like shame and guilt. I had to learn how to forgive myself and let it go. And how I did that was by leaning into my higher power. Because like your higher power is gonna love, we all love you, dude. Like you're great. Like there's nothing that you need to prove to anyone in this house. And where's my scribe? For sure she's on a caffeine program, bro. Like you get 1 cup of coffee in the morning and like
Vape left on the table during dinners and groups.
4-step obviously before going back to work.
Next Thursday.
No in the bedroom until after dinner.
4-step by next week. I don't know. I just want
3 acts of service.
how to help you break this chain, dude. Break this pattern. I don't know. Does the house have any suggestions?
Milo had his hand up, and then Jose.
Did you have your hand up?
Yeah.
Great, run it.
Well, I just wanted to after that, just take a second and pause. As someone who's been on a lot of fucking programs, it can feel like a lot. It can feel like an attack, but at some point, you'll just get used to it, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, my life feels a little bit better." People who care about you will do shit that's gonna piss you off, and I think part of that's getting used to it. When they put me on the shower program, I remember. Is it okay if I say the name that I came up with?
No.
Yeah. Can I paraphrase it so it's understood but not?
He said no.
Yeah. I called it. I had a name for the program.
That was like a perfect example of how you try to weasel. That was just a perfect example. He said no, and you said, "But can I paraphrase it?" I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to mock. I didn't mean to mock. That was rude. But I'm just using. I just want to stop and have you be aware of like that's what you do a lot. We give you an answer, and then you want to find another fucking loophole to like get what you want.
Oh, thanks for the pull up. I'll take a look at it. I just you can find any way to make anything negative. I think that's something that both of us have in common. I did want to say like that when you were speaking, it brought me back to when we just relaxed and we had done our hour-long book studies. We did those for like 4 nights in a row. And those were some of the best conversations I've had in the house. I know the connection, there's a fear within the connection, especially like in the house, because I think when you put so much into it, it can also be terrifying because you feel like you want to do the right thing. I feel the same way. I want to upkeep my image so I look good so they can approve it.
Yeah.
And when you're in that space, and when you had just like we left, you were not in that space. You're just like, I'm gonna be where I'm at, where I'm at. And the realness of that caused you to have connection that I think has gone deeper than when you're in this mode of like, I'm working out, I'm looking, I got everything lit, like we're good. Because like it's not like you can keep a good image outside and inside you can be dumb. And that's worse than being in that place of like, I'm fucked off and I know it. Because at least you're living right where you're at. When you're living this version of yourself, it's not really where you're at. It's extremely painful. And, you know, if you gotta like go and scream it out, scream it out. There's someone with you who needs to scream too. You know? When you gotta talk it out, we're all here. And I know that everyone in the house cares about you. I think the biggest part is like not. I don't want to say Jose and John both tell me this. It's like you don't want to be careless. You just want to care less. And that doesn't mean about other people, but that means about like, not everyone's gonna be Abby's #1 fan. And part of accepting that is like living with the truth that like, oh, I like where I'm at right now and I'm being real with where I'm at right now. And that's not easy. But it's like a work in progress that I think will help you get through all of this. Because a key thing you said is I do rehabs really well.
Yeah.
But it's like knowing how to game the system doesn't mean you're doing what I don't want to call it a game. It's not the way to say it, but like knowing how to game the system doesn't mean that you're being real with yourself. It just means that you know how to play a part. And shed the part. It'll come back in a few months and then you shed it again. And each time you get a little bit better at exposing yourself and being real with who you are. And that will build the self-love eventually. Because that's the real thing. That all of us don't know how to love ourselves that well. I mean, some of us are too macho to admit it, but we don't. That's kind of the core of it all.
Let's go. Will you put her on another program to make sure she gets her Medi-Cal out here so that she can get her meds? And like touching on that like people pleasing part a little bit is that like when you just start doing things for you, like in order, like I'm doing this just to be a worker amongst workers, meaning just to be of service, but it's helping me.
Yeah.
Like fuck the validation. Like I swear to God, I did not get like Pat was like always someone I wanted to get validation from when I was in the house. And I didn't, it was like he didn't even see me like downstairs for like 6 months. And then all of a sudden he's like, wait, you've been doing all this stuff? And I'm like, yeah, dude. But and by that time it was like I didn't even need it. Like, because when you just start doing it for you, knowing that you feel good and you did the best of your ability, and it doesn't matter who's giving you a pat on the back, like you feel good. Because it's all about, like, this is your time for you to just like take care of Abby. Yes, be of service, but like don't overwhelm yourself with fucking service that you're not taking a look at you. I think sometimes, like, I know, I think that's what, like, I think that you will, I struggled with that too in the house, dude. I avoided doing like looking at Madison and like taking care of Madison by like and it's selfish. It's actually selfish because you are helping other people to get a result back from them. To get like and also to avoid looking at yourself. So you're actually getting something out of helping other people because you're not like thinking about yourself. And yes, part of that could be helpful, but then it's like there's got to be the yin and yang, like a balance. Doing it too much to the point where you don't look at yourself is not healthy, or doing it too less and only looking at you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So finding that balance. Cole?
Yeah, I can relate a lot to what you said, especially the not wanting to talk to the newcomers, not dealing with staff on everything, like, like, I've talked to my therapist about it, but when people come in the house, I just don't want to fucking be around them. Avoid them at all costs. And like, for me being selfish, like there, I think it was yesterday, it was like, hey, can I delegate Mike to you? And I was like, absolutely fucking not. Like, if it was anybody else, sure, but no. And it was rude of me. I should have just done it. And like,
You're not allowed to decline delegations either. Did it get struck?
oh, no, it was sure.
Huh?
Okay.
You can't. Sorry, go on.
I mean, when I went to psychotic, and I talked to Ryan about it this morning in the car. He was like, "Won't you speak up?" And I was like, "Because he takes it there." And like Zach said, I mean, I'm not going to back down and maybe whoop my ass, but I'm not going to back down on anybody. And it was just, I like being around who I like. That's something that I need to work on. And, like, it's just like I've been really selfish and like not wanting to be around people and like really just not wanting to be here. And like when I hear other guys, talk about their sober livings and how they get to do this and that and go get tattoos, and it's like, wow. Well, like I know where I'm at, like where I need to be. Like I knew before I made the phone call how bad it was going to be. Not bad, but how strict it was going to be. It's like I need that.
Yeah.
And like I've been to treatment 24 times. Like I'm real good at it too.
it's real easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't had a drink or done a hard drug in 90 days. And
That's why you've been so happy all day.
yeah.
Word.
This is the longest I've ever went without a drink. And like it's getting easier, but like I'm not that I miss hard drugs or alcohol, but like I miss the Suboxone. I do. And like, because it was just, I don't know, like it just calmed me down, like it made me feel normal. And, but you're not alone in this. And like I'm here with you.
Hell yeah.
And a reminder of like when you guys feel that way about newcomers, it's like imagine if when you were a newcomer, like people treated you like that. Like I don't even want to talk to you. Like I don't, like something about what's special about this house, at least for me when I came in, regardless like of how annoyed people were with me, they didn't show it. Bro, like I had no idea that I was like so annoying and fucking pissing people off, and just like people were like, gosh, she's fucking too much. I had no idea because everyone was just so nice and everyone talked to me and everyone was like willing to be of service. Like that was my experience, and I think that's super, super imperative. Like, and that's why it's like when you get in those headspace, my only suggestion is to try to think about how you would want to be treated. And yes, dude, people are going to come in here and like, we're not going to have the full scope. Like it's impossible to like, someone could say, oh yeah, I'm 2 weeks sober, but then they come here and they're fucking kicking. All right. So then send them to the hospital. Oh, okay. Mike, no idea. He didn't tell me he was fucking bipolar. He said, oh, I just got kicked out of Tarzana. I want to do this. I'm like, okay, like you got mental health? Nothing. No, I'm good. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And so it's like, and it's okay. Like, that's just where we're going to need to learn, like, as a house, how to navigate that and how to try to help that person. Like, some people we're going to be powerless to it, but like, unfortunately, your guys' belief systems and your guys' decisions and not being able to manage your lives has put you in a place where you're going to have to learn how to coexist with those type of people at times. And like the beautiful part though, is that organically the ones that don't belong will find their way out. Sometimes not on your time, not on our time either. You know what I mean? And like, also in my class, we were talking about like people who relapse, like how like you shouldn't like just throw them out. It's almost the same with like dual diagnosis. Like just because, we even had a girl here who had an eating disorder and it was like super difficult for us to manage. Like she wanted to be here and yeah, maybe like for sure she needed a higher level of care. We sent her to higher levels of care and she still wanted to come back. Like, and what do you do? Like, we just say, no, fuck you can't have help. Like, if you want to be here, and sometimes when people don't want to be here, we still have to like have this conversation and help redirect them because you guys are all going to have those moments, and it's difficult because this is like your guys' safe haven. And it'd be nice if it was comfortable and everyone was chill. Even staff.
Who just asked me? Someone recently asked me, is Graceland comfortable? And I just laughed at them. And I was like, no, it's not. Because if it was, it wouldn't be effective. No treatment would be effective if it's just straight up comfortable. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at you just because you happen to be sitting there. Yeah, no, it's funny that you said that, Madison. Because like, yeah, no, it's not supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to be fucking hard, That's how we grow through the hard shit.
And like I don't have these feelings every day. Even like writing them down like didn't feel good.
Yeah,
because they're not like I have the craziest thoughts and I can't trust them.
Yeah, but that's where that's like not the truth.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just what you're.
No, it's supposed to be.
It's okay. So there's this saying that like listen to your heart rather than your head. Because it's our head that's going to say all these crazy things, but your heart like knows that like where you should be and like that you should be sober and do the tough things, but it's our heads that will like find a way out. And like there are ways. That's the mastery that you find here is like finding ways to make it comfortable by having integrity, doing the right thing. Like at least that ended up being my experience, that eventually like I just knew what to do if anything felt wrong. Eventually it got comfortable. The pull-up program got comfortable. I figured out, like, I learned to just lean into it, accept it, surrender. You know, like, you need to be able to like surrender to like the truth is that like you're your biggest problem, and it's not all these outside things. It's these outside things that validate your inner monologue and narrative that you want to play to co-sign like this victim feeling and I'm not good enough feeling. Of course, that's what our disease feeds off of, like 100%. But like, you know, and that's where it's like you've been given an opportunity to like be trusted, and you don't know how to deal with it. You take advantage of it, as did most of us do, right? And that just is a clear, and it's okay. It's okay. Like, but now we just have to like react. Now you got to like really buck down and like get to business, because it's like, honestly, I want to smack you. Just fucking stop, dude. Like, you're a big girl. You're more than capable. You have all the fucking support in the world. Like, get the fuck out of your way, dude. Shake, like, fuck. Everything's handed to you.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, stop being an ungrateful fuck in the most loving way possible.
No.
You know? Like, yes, it's so good. And I think that what's so rad about this community is that we could just like not sugarcoat shit. I don't want to coddle, because I think all of you like, we're all super fucking strong, and we've all been through a lot of shit, so we can handle just having a conversation of like, knock it off.
Yeah.
You're more than fucking capable, dude. You could literally, all of us in this room, if you guys set your mind to something, you guys can accomplish it, no matter what. Just like getting loaded. If I know all of us, if there's a will, there's a motherfucking way. So like, do that with your recovery, do that with your self-care. Like, you got nothing but time to do this. And then life gets hectic. And when it comes to work, dude, like, and in this house, stop taking shit personally. Like Milo and Jose said, care a little less about like what people think. Move through this as like, don't take anything personally, and you'll be like an absolute badass. Everything will just slide off. Like, why? I give it that much energy. You know, you guys are here to like, at the end of the day, like, back to the basics. You guys are here to save your fucking life. Keep it simple, stupid. Like, we have to dumb ourselves down a little bit. Okay, I'm not in control. Like, fuck, when I think of like mental health, I think of Blue, bro. Like, when he was in this house, and it was just like, and that's what gives me hope that, like, you know, I know, but that's what I'm pointing at him, because like, it can happen. He's been here 2 weeks. Like, Blue, that was like a 6-month motherfucking process, bro. It was. And so I know it's a headache now, but like, I've seen it. We've all seen it. If you guys see Blue, that guy's a fucking miracle. So we got to talk about consequences. You're on these fucking programs. What?
I think she should start like looking for higher power, because like I started hitting my knees this time, and like I'm having a little different experience with myself, and that's what's missing, the higher power. I thought I had one, but I didn't have an image of it, and I think that's where a lot of people do struggle and go off because of that. So I really do encourage you to try out church. I'm trying it out.
Danielle said you're driving.
Yeah, it's just finding the higher power, dude, because that's gonna save you. Because if you're feeling like shit, you can go back to the higher power and be genuine with people. That's the main part of this whole program. Be genuine. I just like heard you say like you have a big ego, but you go upstairs and like beat yourself up, which I personally wouldn't have an ego if I was doing.
Well, deflated ego.
Yeah, well,
and then inflated. Oh,
yeah. But be genuine, dude. Like, have genuine conversations. If you're not gonna be genuine, don't say nothing. Because at the end of the day, no one really wants to hear someone that's not genuine, you know? So be genuine. Fucking go all into your steps, dude. You think 4 is hard, 9's gonna be harder. But by the time you get to 9, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be immensely good if you have your straight travel. That's all I gotta say.
Another thing is taking like staff's inventory. It's not just like you doing it by yourself, you're talking to other people about it. It spreads like a virus and it's really a disservice to you and the other person. If you disagree with something, say it at dinner at group.
Yeah.
Like stop like, I can't wait for dinner to be over to go talk shit about staff and dinner. Like what are you doing? I was put on the sidebar program because that's what I did, and it changed everything. Because I had to talk at a group level and have the courage to fucking say it. Hiding behind the scenes and talking shit is fucking pathetic. It is. It gets nothing done, and every single person that has been doing it is irritable as fuck in this house and not stepping up in their program. They're like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that includes you, and that includes like you too. And it seems like I can tell Adina's getting a little irritable too. It's because of this sidebar bullshit.
Yeah. For sure.
You're not in gratitude.
No.
It's just you're not holding each other accountable. You're basically contracting with each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, that needs to stop.
I'm also curious about have you and Josh been getting close again, and has that been like affecting you at all? Because there's people who brought it up.
Right. So Josh and I like have a new relationship. It's a friendship. But we came in at the same time together, so we are close. This like downward decline of me started with Found. Now I'm not blaming Found, this is like my own shit. But people saw that I had the same behaviors that I did when I was going through that thing with Josh, like the feelings of unworthiness and like the isolating, things like that. But I'm never alone in a room with Josh. Like there's always someone else there around us. We're not like doing secretively like. But that doesn't mean if people are bringing it up, then yeah, I need to look at my part and say, okay, how can I like make this better?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple people that brought it up. Milo.
No, Zach brought it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and there were other people that brought it up to me.
right.
Which was Marlon and Adina. Anthony said some shit about it.
Mhm.
Like we talked about it around the house that night.
All right, so Milo, what did you say about it? What's your perspective?
I saw them along doing testing,
Okay.
which like was where it started last time.
Okay. Adina and Anthony. Did you hear what we were talking about?
I think so. It's the stuff that was on our cop list, right? Like the
No, we're
sidebar.
we're talking about
It's about Josh and her.
Oh yeah, I mean, sorry, I'm like in bed right now. Give me a second. I'll put myself on video. Yes. Like I said, she goes up to her bed a lot and she sleeps, she isolates and all that. But when the non-com was broke, like everybody knows Abby likes to go to bed early. Oh, goes to bed early. She's an early sleeper. But when the non-com was lifted with Josh and all the girls, she started staying up later. And I had asked two C members, I was like, is this something that we should look out to? Because I never had the full scope of what happened and how her relapse led to be. So I wanted to inquire if that was something that I needed to look out for, because as soon as the non-com was lifted, she was staying up significantly later, like a couple hours later, to hang out with him and like do 10th step. And like, they were always in a public place. Like it was mostly in the dining room, but they'd sit there, do their 10th step and just talk. And, it was noticeable.
Okay. Anthony?
The only thing I noticed, there was a lot more like communication over the phone. Like they were like constantly updating each other on what they were doing. Little things like that. That's all I really saw. I didn't really see them interacting, so it was just a little thing on the radar. Like they were texting each other a lot, but I wasn't seeing them like physically like interacting.
I have a question on that too. Just Anthony, you bringing that up just makes me think of something. It might be nothing, but why did you text Abby your programs? Josh.
Cause she had taken the scribe that day.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Let's look at the text. Yeah.
Go ahead, G-Man.
The other reason I think it like raised like my values a bit is I have been going through a similar thing, so I was just more on the watch for that type of thing. And I also like remember like when they were on non-com.
Where's Josh?
You know, Abby was pretty adamant on like not trying to like.
Did you delete
You just delete it?
Big turnaround.
You just deleted it.
Hang tight.
Josh. Why did you guys text?
Has he been flirting?
I don't know how to recover text messages.
Skills you learned.
All right. You two are obviously on non-com. We're gonna take a break and then come back up. Okay?
Everybody don't wait for them to walk out. We got food.
Yeah, everybody sit down with me, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna be trying to hold that.
All right.
Good.
Hi guys.
Okay, then, 5 minutes, come back.
How long for a little break, you cool?
10 minutes.
He said break your cool.
Strike Paul for flipping me off.
What if it was me? I think that was Zach.
What's up, Tom? No, it was Paul.
Oh.
No, thumbs up. I got you.
What's up, Tom?
I miss you. I miss you, Adina.
We got it for like 5 hours.
Okay, I'll let you go. Oh, I can't wait for you to come home.
I'll be back soon.
I'll
miss
see you
you,
soon,
Anthony.
Love
baby.
you.
Yeah, I know.
What?
He was like, it's so weird to see him on my couch. I'm like, I know. Yeah, I gotta get up and wash my hair in the morning. And
Bro, I need to take a shower.
you should have taken one this morning. I might just slick my hair.
I know.
I don't need a shower.
I know. It's been 24 hours.
That's up to Big Boss Tony. To ask if we can go to bed.
What?
But I'm on Abby's top list, so I don't think so.
I would stay up just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a half an hour.
This whole house took fat naps earlier, though.
Yeah. So I'm awake.
Yeah.
But but I could sleep. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, what a mess, huh?
Nothing happened.
The dog.
That fucking dog, dude. He's just no trade.
Where'd Abby go? You see?
No.
It's all good. Yeah.
Either upstairs or outside. Whoa. Good. Yeah. Took the time, or nothing got out of control. Okay.
Twitch it. Yeah. Come in. Right. Hey, I need to get my meds, bro.
Well, oh, you know, I feel like whacked out. I need my PRN though. That's what I need.
Hey, bro, what are you doing? Go to here or what?
I'm not even here. I hopefully they talk to me about it. Why that's not?
Won't you do it?
So officially I will be here for 2 years in the community. Because I'm gonna move out here. Hopefully. It's just like it's a lot, bro, for me, you know?
Dude, I'm graduating.
You're Joshi?
Yeah.
So I just take it to the chin, you know? Whatever it is. That's all you can really do.
Bro, my whole mouth was like that. Every fucking dude.
Yeah, it's pretty good at the end of the day, you know? Yeah. In reality, yeah, but like it does kind of really good thing, you know?
Yeah, you keep going. It's so much sense. Fucking dog food. And now I open the butter. Okay, now I open.
That's why last bro, the second this was crazy on the
We're all gone.
Yeah, you might be alright. Not bring it up to me. Stupid. No.
Someone in the bathroom? Alright. Lock the door, Dennis.
On that poop box, starts, but.
You have insurance? Yeah. What's up, well, the chief's fucking, what's up with the chief? They're telling me I need 22 crowns.
What about the cabinet? You can get rid of that shit first, right? Well, that shit's gotta go, dog. Look at that. You got a bad cabinet right there. Yeah.
Do you have utilities?
No, it's not that, no.
Aaron, how much did it cost to get your teeth fixed?
This was, the bridge was like, probably like 25, and that's with insurance, so a total of 5 Gs, yeah. Insurance covers 50% of major, yeah, so I would suggest going to Mexico. Well, if you know how to do that, like I'm gonna do that in the future, like for a lot of my plants, because when it comes time to do implants though, here's what they'll tell you about though. That's 50% as well, and most of that's not covered, because like, what they don't tell you is implants are like a process, and it's 50% of like one of those processes, dude, and then you're out of pocket for the complete separate ones. Fuck, man, like, just fix everything that you can, don't worry about implants, fuck the missing ones, you know what I mean? Fix everything that you can, you know what I mean, to get everything healthy, then when you got the money, bro, in a couple of years, you know what I mean, like, that's it. You know what I mean, like, well, just, like, let me see, are you trying to get, what are you trying to get?
I have to get food.
Yep.
I got a little bridge here.
I got one. Well, so you got a good tooth right there, and you can get 2 bridges, you know, so.
That one and that, because that is cracked up the center.
They'll make an anchor right there and there. I mean, that one's probably gonna have to be pulled. That's a better option though, because the bridge is gonna be, well, it's the least expensive option, but it's not gonna be like you're not gonna be able to chew as hard, you know what I mean? Because like there's technically gonna like my front teeth are gone. These are missing. Like the anchors for these are the 2 side ones, you know what I mean? So they pulled the front one out and it's like it's 2 anchors, you know what I mean? So there's like blank teeth, you know what I mean? But they can only gap 1 tooth, you know what I mean? So 2 can get a little risky, you know what I mean? But they can, you know what I mean? It just they'll straight up tell you that like it's gonna yeah. Okay. Dude, pulling teeth is like 3 almost. But like
I mean, I know that.
but like a root canal and crown or a bridge, dude, like a few $100. Yeah, that's serious. And it's all you. I got part of my work done in the Philippines too. Like don't ever go a great dentist here is a great dentist there. Yeah, don't ever think that like the quality can be less than, you know what I mean? Like trust me, when you go to Tijuana, it's literally Americans as far as I can see. 1,000 San Diegans, Americans cross the border every day. You're just gonna be walking around with a bunch of white people. You're gonna walk into the dentist's office. It's gonna be a bunch of white people. You know, you're gonna go to the vet. There's a bunch of white people like they care to us, you know? And it's even cheaper though. So that's what makes conversation. Fucked, man, and it's not.
Let's ask them.
Oh no, not cheap.
Well, Milo is a big part of the group from I got.
Are you in any severe pain though? At the moment? All right, that's good. That's good. You know what I mean? You're riding that balance of something's gonna happen though. You know what I mean? Soon, but do you have insurance? Do you have okay credit? Okay, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Because you can get care credit.
Yeah, you can get like payment plans. I mean, they'll you know what I mean? But look, and I'm just all I do is look for blue. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, dude, dental is literally one of the hardest things to get on. My parents just never did it, dude. So like, I literally brought a resentment into my adulthood that like my parents were just irresponsible motherfuckers that never cared about dental.
Where's everyone? Okay. Where, Josh? Just, no, I don't,
Put that to the forefront of like your responsibility, bro. Because I know myself, and I was telling him, my brother was dying from that shit. He had absolutely, he's dead now, but what like something was in the hospital for 34 days. Everyone reacts to like an abscess to. I mean, some people just rock it. You know what I mean? And just fucking. That's some people literally just push it down to what's coming out of fucking tooth. You know what I mean? And like it is good. I did that on one of my front teeth like years ago. Like I just pushed it and like I could see yellow coming out of like the hole. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. You know what I mean? But like sometimes that just doesn't happen.